and welcome to MGP390. I'm Kevin, with me as ever, the sheepdog Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Hello?
I mean...
Where's Anna gone?
Where did Anna and Pab go there? Anna.
I'm here.
Hello?
We started the podcast. Normally
Yes,
you say
I know.
hello.
I did say hello.
No one else heard you.
Welcome back.
I did say
How you
hello.
been?
The thing is, on the recording, if she actually said it, we look like idiots now.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man.
Sheepdog, I need information from you immediately. Did you end up going for the towel under the headphones to sort out your sweaty ear problem?
No, I didn't. I got just smaller headphones to go into my ear. So now I am clearer. I took my glasses off and my head feels a lot colder as well.
Boys and girls, it is quite warm as we record this. It's apparently only 26 degrees now, which
Yeah, but it's
isn't
humid.
too bad. It is 10 p.m. as we record it, but it is still quite warm. And poor old sheepdog had to put a towel on his head, didn't you? Or you were gonna, but then you didn't.
Well, no, I toweled myself in the kitchen while I was making all that noise.
With
and then
a tea towel. No one wash up in the sheepdog house now.
It wasn't a tea towel, don't worry. I'm not a monster. It was actually just kitchen wipe. The tissuey stuff.
Kitchen roll.
roll.
That's the one. Couldn't think of the word.
Tin foil.
Just
Wiped myself down in tinfoil. You might as well have done the amount of noise it took you to prepare a glass of water. Just before we started, he said, I'm just going to grab a glass of water. And then we just heard a cacophony of banging, clanging, thumping, grinding.
Well, I had a can of beer that I put in the bin, so I had to kick the lever on the bin to open it. It hits the wall when it opens. That was what the drum beats were.
And now you've got the loudest glass of water ever to drink as well, so we can keep hearing your ice cubes clanking.
Clinking. I put about 9 lumps of ice in it, and then I thought that was a mistake. That's just going to annoy me. Because if any of them go in my mouth, I'm not going to be able to crunch them because I've got a microphone right in front of my face. So
you haven't thought this through at all. Should have had warm water. Room temperature water.
That would have killed me.
I don't think room temperature water can kill. Unless you're face down in it for too long, I guess.
No, having
might get the job done.
Having cold water can make you a heart attack.
There you go. Do you want a heart attack, sheepdog? It's basically what you're doing to yourself with these 9 ice cubes.
I had to shut all my windows because my stupid neighbours have decided to ignore the.
We need a jingle for Sheepdog's neighbour news. What have they done this week, Sheepdog?
No. But they've been really good. They've been really good. And then suddenly, 10 minutes before I sat down to do the podcast, they just started singing at the tops of their voices, and I was like, "Oh, for goodness' sake!"
I am certain at this point that they listen and they know when we record. And every time you moan about them, they're like, "Right, we'll get him back next week." We've got a song prepared.
Normally I record upstairs, but my wife sort of pointed out that when we record in our room, it makes the room so hot. My laptop must just heat the room up. And she was like, I don't want to sleep in that room after your laptop's boiled it. So I'm recording downstairs while she sits up there with a fan on, and I am just dying of the heat. But I think they've stopped singing because I've opened the back door and they're not going nuts now. But it's still so hot. I think shutting the door has just made the whole house turn to fire.
Very sloppy. Heat aside, if we all had a lovely week, a delightful time, happy funsies and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I was trying to let someone else answer, but no one did.
Yes, apparently I just interview you at the start of the podcast.
I am talking.
Anna, I wonder if you're maybe answering too quietly, so the Discord noise gate is cutting you out so we don't hear you, but it's still coming through on the thing. You have to project to get through Discord so we can hear
That's
you.
annoying.
Well, you're the one who set it up.
It's how it's worked since you've joined.
Yeah, you've probably got your
always been
microphone a little bit too far away, or you're talking a little bit quiet.
I don't think so. It's close as it normally is.
Okay, we'll just project then so that we can hear you. So how has your week been, Anna, if you answered?
My week's been fine. It's been
Excellent.
up, but it's been fine. That's about it, really. It's been fine.
I'm glad I left that gap there for you to let us all
report.
know. It's been fine.
You
How has
know-
your week been fine?
Yes, absolutely fine.
Excellent. We're all really putting some thought into these answers. It's not a trap. I'm just making conversation. I bought a big book of small talk, and I thought, there's a question I can ask. How is everybody? This can't go wrong. But no, Kev fails at conversation again because no one seems to have an answer to my question. I give up.
Well, I had an extensive answer, as I always do. I just thought, every week, 390 weeks in a row, I've just stated, yes, Kevin, I've had a great week, and I've talked for an hour, and then everyone else has kind of, bloody hell, and talked about games. But I've started what I'm now coining Operation Sheep God this week, where I got sick of just being really unhealthy, and I'm trying to get slightly fitter, and it's been working rather well. I've been playing Pokemon Go round town every night after dinner.
Doesn't sound different to what you've been doing for the last 4 years.
Normally I drive around town, but this time I'm doing it on foot.
So you're finally playing the game the way you were supposed to all along.
Yeah, the way it was released in 2016, I've finally caught on. I'm hatching so many eggs. Like, eggs hatch every day now, whereas eggs was something I hatched every couple of weeks before. So I'm doing more of that, which has been great. But also, every other day, me and Mrs. Sheepdog are doing the Joe Wicks. Currently, we're doing his 7-day challenge, and that is a killer. It's absolutely murdering me. The first one we did was just some random video, which turned out it wasn't for beginners, and it was very extreme and absolutely broke us. But every other day we've been doing this 7-day challenge thing he set up, and I'm already feeling the benefits of it a week in. Just generally sleeping and whatever, and being much more calm and chilled out, which is lovely. So yeah, I'm hoping by the time anyone sees me again, I mean, you live nearby, so you'll just see me out and about. You'll probably see me walking. I'm always worried that you might see me out walking in shorts after we discussed last week that I'm avoiding you. I take routes I know you won't be down just so that I'm safe.
Well, no, when we came to your house last week, I went, he had no shoes on. He was like, did he have socks on? I went, yeah. It's like, if he didn't, I was going to turn around.
Yeah, I was going to go back and have a proper look at your feet.
Never. I didn't realise you'd put out that video, by the way, the clip. People commented on it, mentioned it to me, and I was like, I'll have to show. I said to Ollie, you've been on a video earlier with, I guessed it at least 10, 12,000 views on it, but he was well excited about that. I haven't shown him it yet, but yeah, we played that game, and I'm not going to give it any kind of review because I know you need to do that on your video, unless it's okay. I don't know.
Go for it.
But, go for it. Okay, so Kev, sorry.
I was just saying, go for it. Go for it.
All right. So Kev got a review copy of the Pokemon card game board game, essentially. It's like a sped up version of the card game that you battle with the cards with. It explained how to play it. It turns out we knew how to play it. That's quite good. I thought we'd made up how to play it and we were kind of winging it, but we play it quite accurately to how it tells you to play it. We've now got a proper board we can play it on. That's all great. I thought this is going to be fantastic. And Ollie was really into it, really enjoying it. We did the practice round where you basically did what they told you to do, and he was loving it. We did a first go, and he was really enjoying it. He beat me because I was kind of just playing along. And then I said, right, let's play with the next deck. It was like it added in the Mewtwo card, the Mewtwo deck, and he was as Charizard. And when we played, I was Pikachu, he was Charizard. That was the theme of the packs. And basically, when you power up your Charizard card, it does like 300 damage, and every Pokemon's only got 150 health or lower. So it kills every Pokemon in one hit. And there's no kind of cost for that. You've just got it powered up, and it's basically immortal. So when he said, I'll stay as Charizard, you be Mewtwo, I thought, it's not even going to be powerful enough to beat him. So I looked through it, and it turned out Mewtwo has a move that when you use it, takes all of his energy off of the card. So he can't use that card. So the trick was to obviously get him lined up so that he powered up his Charizard, got it out, and then I just used that move and put him back to square one. And I kept thinking, this is gonna kill him. This is gonna break his heart. This is gonna upset him so much, to the point where I kept saying to him, you might get a bit upset when I turn the tables on you in a bit. You're gonna probably hate me in a minute. And then once he'd put his fourth power bit down, I started getting out all these cards I'd lined up where I basically was able to swap his currently in play card with a card in his deck. So I brought out his Charizard. I swapped my in play card with my Mewtwo. I then used a load of other things to power that up. And then I just went, boom, yours is out now. You can't use it anymore. Now I've killed this one. And he just put his cards down and went in the garden. I was just like, oh no.
You are a monster.
And it took me about 20 minutes to convince him to come back in and finish the game. And he was like, well, no, I can't do it. I mean, I'm impressed how actually he plans ahead, because he was like, no, I was going to do this and this was going to happen and and you were going to end up with these many cards or whatever. And the idea is you're supposed to win. If you kill a Pokemon, you're supposed to get a card from your deck, and you've got 6 prize cards you can get. And so I'd worked out that if I killed that, we'd basically go death for death, and then he'd have 1 card each left, and I don't know who would win. But he'd worked out if he killed mine, blah, 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 I'd have 1 left and he'd have 4 left. So he was all happy about that, and then I'd ruined it. But I had to convince him that if he carried on playing the way it sort of worked out, we'd probably end up in a similar position. But then because he was so upset, I had to let him win. But I thought I might build him up. It is really, I mean, you don't have to just play with the decks they've got, and it sets it up for you so they're actually laid out in a perfect order to play a game. And then if you want to shuffle them, you can get a completely randomized game. And if you want to bring in your own Pokemon cards, you can make it even more random. So the first 2 times we were just playing with their kind of in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 50, whatever. Whereas, yeah, the last one we played was completely random, and he loved it. He thinks it's brilliant. I do think he needs to be more mature about it to lose and stuff like that. But I don't think that's going to happen particularly. But my family are interested in playing it. It seems like something that's, it's just fun. It's just like other card games, really. It happens to have Pokemon on it, so it's got a good hook. I'd recommend it if anyone's into the card game or ever thought about getting into it but thought it might be too complicated. But yeah, we had it all set out on our table. It was brilliant. We must have played it for about 2-3 hours. It's really fun.
Excellent. Well, big thank you to the lovely people at the Pokemon Company UK for sending me that lovely game that I enjoyed greatly. Thank you, Pokemon people. I got so much pleasure from hearing Sheepdog got some pleasure, and that's all I needed.
I don't believe that you got pleasure from me getting pleasure.
I get pleasure from getting free stuff. Free stuff's cool.
It makes you feel better. My dog just attacked me, and if you heard any of the background noise, she just decided to come in and
It does make me
jump on
feel a little bit better.
I need to throw a cushion at her, but I don't want to be mean. It's just the only way she's going to get out of my way.
Yeah, throwing a
She
cushion's
actually
fun.
heard me say that and left. It's all right. She took the threat that as it was intended.
Excellent. So I guess we can transition from that board game into video games, which I guess we have to start off with the craze that's taking over the universe. And we should probably talk a little bit about Fall Guys, which we touched on briefly on last week's show because you'd played it. And I was getting excited because I was about to play it. But now I believe we've all played it.
We have.
What do we think?
It's very fun. I put it on... So it didn't come out till like 11 o'clock on Tuesday, so I could only play it for an hour. But I played that for an hour and a half, and I shouldn't have done. And then on Wednesday, I played it all morning. Actually, it's just mad. It's a mad, fun game that it's hard to put down. But it's hard to
pick up for me. I've still played more of the beta than I did of the actual full release.
I
Because
know,
whenever I go to play it, the servers are down.
I came first this week.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got through it. The whole
Wow.
one. I was so happy. I was like, yay. So like, the last one I did was basically there's platforms, and the platform, as soon as you stand on them, fall. And it's like a big grid, and I was just going, like every time I dropped down, I was just going right to the end and then just circling in. And yeah, I won, and I was like, yes. I was so happy. So yeah, I've got my first win. You get a crown that you can then spend in the store. So I got, you get 1 crown for getting to like a level 5, I think it is. And then I had another crown. So now I am black and gold. I have the lava skin, so I'm quite happy with that.
Nice.
But then I've tried to play it recently, and it's never run. It's broken the internet.
I feel like it's rather popular.
Yeah, it's just broken.
They've got very good social media presence. Have you noticed?
I have.
They did a tweet with Cyberpunk, didn't they? Where they were like, "How many tweets do I need to get to do a collab?" And they were like, 1.
To get
1
what?
retweet. He said, "How many retweets do I need for us to do a collab?" And Cyberpunk replied, 1. And he was like, "Guys, I know this is a challenge, but I need 1 retweet for us to do a collab with Cyberpunk." And then
What's a collab?
where they work together.
A collaboration.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, all right. But yeah, he's just hit the zeitgeist, hasn't he? It's very cool to see. My kids loved it. I was very impressed. Again, we all sat together and played it. It was a little bit. I did warn them it was a technical demo, technical beta, and it might not run perfectly. So it was the odd time where we felt like it had bugged on us or something had happened. Like my daughter kept finding that she'd go forward and it would not quite work the way she intended to. But I think the only time I had a problem with it was when I was moving and my son hit my arm, and then the mouse would go off in another direction. I was getting so, like I said on Twitter, didn't I? Because you tweeted, I was getting so angry at certain points. Like I'd go to jump on a very thin piece and he'd knock my arm, and I'd go falling off, and I'd be like, ah! And I saw you.
Are you playing it with keyboard and mouse? You pervert.
Well, yeah, I don't have a. I could have used my Xbox controller.
Yeah, exactly. I just plugged my Xbox controller in.
Where were you at the weekend?
Playing Fall Guys with a controller.
Do you know what's really frustrating? I said to you, I'm going to go get it now, and then I realised it's not on Mac, is it? And I can't keep borrowing my daughter's laptop to play it every time I want to. To do that, we'd have to...
Confiscate it then. There must be something she's done to misbehave.
This sounds really selfish in a way, but what I was thinking was if I have to borrow a laptop, then I have to sit and take turns with them too, and we'll all sit at the table, which is fine and fun, but if I want to just sit and play it for like an hour on my own, it doesn't really work. If I want an hour of gaming without anyone bothering me, I'll go play something else. But I feel like I needed a good run. Once I got a few goes on my own, I think I only ever got as far as the second round. I think it might have been the third actually, because I got quite lucky that I had one where you had to just run through doors and everyone starts running straight away, whereas I found if I just waited for like 2 seconds, then there's always someone just ahead of me. When like all of the people run at different doors, I'm just far enough behind that I can always go to the first door that someone gets right. And that was perfect for that, because I ended up just running through doors without stopping. And then I think the second one was just a very similar battle. So when I got to another one where I had to steal tails from other people, I almost passed that, and then someone stole my tail as it got to 1 second, and I ended up getting knocked out. I was very gutted because my kids were amazed that none of us had got past the first one, then suddenly I did 3. But that's as far as I got, sadly. Whereas I was expecting Pab to have said he'd won them all or something, but Anna's got a win. That's awesome.
I have
You've won one?
Yes.
I feel very inferior.
I'd like to have enough of a go to be able to win one.
You're really bad at it. Like, I know, really
but
bad.
I'm really bad at it. Right. It's easier on PlayStation. Everyone agrees it's easier on PlayStation. I won't have that. It definitely is, because I had a quick go on the PlayStation and raced through it with no problem. It's easy peasy on PlayStation, but on PC it's much harder.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Much harder on PC. But I've probably only played... In fact, I can look on Steam now. I've played the full version of this for only 2 hours, whereas I had 3 hours on the beta on Saturday. And it's just because whenever I go to play it, I can't. I tried to stream it on Tuesday when it first came out. We sat there for an hour trying to connect. I got one game, and then we just did some football quizzes. I streamed a little bit at the end of my Football Manager stream on Wednesday night, when that was probably when I got the bulk of my 2 hours in. And then I tried to stream it. Me and Pab tried to stream it again before we recorded tonight, and once again couldn't connect. So it was the collab everyone wanted. Me and Pab playing Fall Guys together.
Yeah.
And the servers just robbed the universe of that.
Yep, certainly did.
So
they're very down a lot.
I mean, it's because it's so much more popular than anyone anticipated. It had something ridiculous like 400,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch the other night, which is absolute insanity. They couldn't have possibly anticipated that level of success. They probably thought this is going to be quite popular. This is quite good fun, but it was getting more views than Fortnite. It was ridiculous how many people were watching it. And then I guess there's lots of people playing it as well as watching it. The fact that it's free on PlayStation is going to put loads of people on there as well. It's mad.
Yeah, that's it, right? They've not. I went once. I couldn't get it on Mac. I thought I'll get it on Xbox. Then it's not on Xbox. It's not on Nintendo. So there's nothing wrong with getting it on PlayStation. I just don't have PS Plus, so I don't know how much is it on PlayStation if I have to buy it.
£15.99.
£15.
I thought you said 50. I was like, bloody hell, 15's not bad though. Yeah, Jimmy's playing it upstairs.
On your own.
Do it. Yeah. Is there no cross-platform?
No, not at the minute.
That's a shame.
Well, Mario, I haven't got a PC, have I? Oh, I could play it with you guys.
Yeah, if you had a PC, that question wouldn't be required, Sheepdog.
I am tempted to just turn my Mac back into a Windows machine on the side like I used to. That would probably open up a few more doors for me to play stuff.
Do it.
I need a new one eventually. It's just work in progress.
So yeah, Fall Guys. 'Tis good. I can't imagine there's anybody out there listening who's not played it or seen it or is aware of what it is, because it is the biggest gaming phenomenon we've had since Fortnite, I guess, over the course of this week. It's been absolutely mad, to the point where everyone I know who streams or makes videos has at least done a little bit of this. Even if they never usually stray from their normal game, everyone's done a little bit of this, because how can you not?
It's just easy, isn't it? Definitely. Just film it, play it. Yeah, it's so unpredictable as well. Like, you could just slip at the start and that's you ruined. I got to the point where I was just hitting escape and quit if I wasn't in the starter pack ahead of people. I just quit, start again, which is probably affecting their servers something rotten, to be fair. I didn't really think about that.
So it's all Sheepdog's fault.
Well, I mean, this was during the demo, but every time I just fell off something, I was like, right, no, quit. I mean, sometimes I tried to get back onto it or whatever, but I just learned quickly that people are way better at games than I am. It's absurd. I kept thinking to myself, how are these people... Like, there'd be a few people scrambling or getting stuck, but if you got stuck in the pack of people who were stuck, you were screwed, whereas all the other people would be off ahead. There's certain ones we just couldn't figure out, like with propellers flying around, and there was these... You must know, I can't remember what they're called now, but there's one where you can go left or right and there's these spinning sticks that knock you off, or you can go forward and jump through a propeller and time it right.
Yep.
But that seemed like a trap every time. I was trying to do it and it just...
It's really hard, that, yeah.
Yeah, didn't seem worth the gamble.
I was the master of the middle, I referred to myself at, 'cause I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and then I've never managed to do it since. But the first 3 or 4 times I did that, straight through, I didn't understand what the fuss was about, and I've never got through the middle since. To the point where that level's basically a write-off for me now, because I try and go down the middle to prove I'm still master of the middle, fail, and then end up not being able to catch up with the pack.
I hate the goo one. The goo one drives me insane. I can't get past
Goo
it.
one?
The
Where the
rising
goo is-
goo level thing, where it's
that,
like
the
a
obstacle
platform
course.
where you got to keep climbing up. I've not finished that one yet. Not made
No,
it to
Yeah,
the
that
end
one's
of
not
that
too
one.
bad. So which one did you win on then, Anna?
Platforms. I can't remember the 4, but it was
The hexagon
like a
one.
honeycomb. Yeah.
Yep, hexagon,
So-
that's the one I won on.
Started at the top and just went round the edges.
Yeah, just basically walk around the platform as the platform, as you move across the platform,
Yeah.
the floor disappears. Yeah, I won on that one. That was that.
How many people go through to the last one? Is it like 4 or something? Or
When I was
I
it was like
think.
8 and 9, something like that. It depends who. I mean, how many get knocked out in the previous rounds, I suppose. It's not always a fixed number.
oh, is it not?
No, it's not always a fixed, like, this many have to get to the final. Sometimes, I mean, there's been games where it's been a 1 in 4, like 4 people at the end, and then there's a game where there's like 9 or 10. You're never 100% certain.
Interesting. I suppose it depends if they get like if that one that I did where you had to have a tail to pass. I guess if it ends and 75% of people don't have one for whatever reason because someone stole a multiple, then they can't go through, can they? So it makes sense. It's interesting that they've turned what would otherwise be just challenging levels that if that was a some sort of platform game or a game you played with your family and as a party at home, you kind of just get used to the levels eventually. But the fact that they alternate them and mix and match and you're up against 60 people, I'm surprised this format hasn't been more done. It just seems like it's...
Oh, don't you worry. Over the next year, it's going to get done a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you seen online already? You see on the app. You go into the app store, and there's all sorts of clones for it already. Fall dudes, and all sorts of stuff like that. Fall boys, and all that sort of nonsense already.
That's so lame, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
these companies.
just people copying immediately. Yeah, yep.
If the copying ones manage to get their servers up and running, I'll go and play them instead. It's now a race to see who can buy the most server space.
Yeah. It's been. Like I say, I've been the same as you, Kev. To be honest with you, I've sat on a stream just chatting, pretty much just watching a server tick over, waiting for it to connect. I've had, like I say, one solid session on it realistically. I had a game yesterday. I had one game on it that got me that annoyed that I had one round, got knocked out, I went, right, I'm done. I'm done. Turn it off.
What, forever or just?
No. I was like, you know what, I don't need this. This is just so. There was some sort of lag on the server where it was the tail one, like you've mentioned, Sheepdog, and it was like that guy's nowhere near me, and my tail's gone. He's nicked my tail. I'm like, there's every single time I was either getting someone and I was missing it. There was some sort of server lag, and I went, no, I'm done. Just turn this off, right? I'm just gonna get annoyed, and it's one of the angriest I've got on a stream. I try not to get angry on a stream because sweary pab comes out, and I try to keep it.
I never get
PG.
angry on stream either, Pab. I always refuse to get angry.
I've seen you get very shouty on stream.
I don't get shouty.
I've seen you.
See, I only get shouty if someone, like, if I'm playing and I know I'm going off on something, and there's something external to that, like I was genuinely in the zone, and Ollie just hit my arm by mistake. He leant in to see what I was doing. He got excited because I was so in the zone, and he just leant forward. And it moved my mouse, and I just ended up looking miles to the left and going way off course. And I didn't flip at him. I flipped at the game because I didn't know what was going on. It was only after I'd calmed down that I was like, "Oh, Ollie just knocked my arm," and I was like, "You got to be careful." But on stream, I'd have been so embarrassed. I was just furious.
Yeah, I mean, I've been. Yeah, I'm always. It's not the game. It's the numbnuts playing it half the time.
The 7-year-olds, the 9-year-olds.
You get caught in the back of the pack with all the numpties. You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
It's the people who deliberately troll that's the problem.
Yeah, I didn't realise you could push people, and someone was trying to push me off the edge, and that really wound me up. I didn't know that could happen, and we were waiting for a platform to slide back down, and everyone was pushing. And then we all stopped, and someone just tried to slide me over the edge, and I was like, "You little git." I didn't know how to do it, so I couldn't get them back. But we were all caught because this bloody platform was stuck to the right, and anyone who went to the right was pinning it down permanently, and we couldn't get to it until we'd gone left. I had one where 4 of us were going forward, and I went left because the door was about to open, and they all went right because it was closing, and then we all got stuck because we kind of I can't remember exactly the circumstances, but we all kind of needed each other. But then I ended up dying, and 2 of them ended up dying, and 1 ended up finishing it. And I was kind of thinking, if you idiots had just kind of gone the other way, it would have been fine. But like you say, they're only going to be.
Anna tells me I'm not supposed to call them idiots.
Who says that?
Anna tells me I'm not allowed to call them idiots.
Well, depends what they do.
Yep.
I mean, they don't know they shouldn't have gone left or right. They're not really idiots.
They do know. They are idiots. But I'm not allowed to call them it anymore. I have to calm down when I'm playing it.
It's fun. There's not many games that get me to get het up anymore. Like, if I'm playing a shooting game, I'm just like, haha, I died again. Brilliant. Where's Kev? Let's ride the buggies round. Let's go heal people and steal stuff and whatever. I'm not.
That's your answer to everything, video games or not. Where's Kev? Let's go ride the buggies around. That's all you ever want to do.
Just want you to drive me around while I steal stuff. That's basically
exactly.
What I
it's like do. University all over again.
So, I was going to say it's like best thing for all over again, but we forgot to mention that museum heist.
I'm refusing to mention it now. That's why I've gone silent.
I was going to say the FBI are like, we've got him.
Yeah, I'm refusing to admit nothing.
My sofa just turned into an FBI agent and dragged me away. It's been sat here since 4 years underneath me, waiting for me to slip up.
They knew it would happen sooner or later, especially while you're on a podcast.
Yeah, I can't help it but reveal my crimes.
So,
has there been any... You're about to say the same as me. Is there anything else that's happened this week?
Fallout, Fall Guys aside, what else has gone on? Anna, you must have played something other than Fall Guys. Did you like this just because it had Fall in the name? Because I know you like a game with Fall in the name.
Funny today, aren't we?
I'm funny every day. How dare you?
I have restarted The Last of Us.
The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2?
Last of Us 2. I'm 6 hours deep into that.
Why ever have you done a thing such as that?
because I liked it. I want to play it again. I don't know. I just wanted to go back to that world. I liked it.
Are you on a harder mode?
Yeah, I'm up to normal.
Are you doing the new Game Plus, or do you just start again?
I just started on my other profile, started again so I get trophies, because I like
You're mad.
My word,
I
couldn't do that again.
But I'm finding, like, so I'm going through it and I'm doing, like, what I did before, but I'm just paying that extra more attention. And now I'm finding stuff like, you know, when you get to a big wall and you have to throw the rope over the fence to connect
Right,
something.
okay, yeah.
Well, instead of doing that, there's where that is plugged into that generator. There's like I don't know, like a compartment where, like, this, you know what I mean, like a thing with. There's like you've got two storage things with. Right, hold on. Where the gate is, you've got two indoor bits, and you've got the generator outside, and you're going to throw it over. But instead of throwing it over there, I threw it over a different part of the fence and got on top of that compartment, because on top of that compartment is another card that I hadn't got, and ammo, and just bits, and another letter that's up there that I never saw before in the first run, because I wasn't looking for it. But now, because I'm paying that extra bit of attention, up there's a bunch of stuff that I would never have known there, but I thought, there's a chair up there, why is there a chair up there? Chair shouldn't up there, it means I can get up there. How can I get up there? I spent far too long trying to work it out. But yeah, so instead of throwing the wire over the fence to connect the other power source, just throw it over the fence next to the room, and you can get on top of it, and there's stuff up there. And then there was another bit. What was I doing? I'm not going to say because like spoilers, but again, I spent that little bit more of attention and found more stuff. I was like, this is really strange, because I didn't see this the first time because I wasn't paying attention, but now I know what's going to come, what's happening, and what's going to come next is better. Like, when you first start the game and you're walking through the village, I was just walking through that, and again, paying a little bit more attention. I found another, because like before I only found one of the collectible cards. Now I find two in the village. I didn't even know it was there. And then I was just looking, because of like the story, I go around listening to other residents. I found loads of like spare parts for my weapons. Didn't even, when I was in the village, the first playthrough, didn't pick up a single bit. Didn't even know they were there. But this time, because I was just like, I knew what was happening, I knew what to do, I just had to walk around, found loads more stuff. It's weird, I don't know why, but
it's kind of bizarre, because being on a harder setting should mean there's less stuff.
But I don't know, it's just weird. But you're playing on normal. I've just got to where I've just done like that big area, just done that
the
bit.
open area.
Yeah, the open area. Just did that bit. Did the next bit to get to where can I say? Yeah,
Theatre?
let's just say I'm a bit past about the big area. I'm just a bit more past that, and then I turned it off, and because I was doing other things. So yeah, 6 hours. I think it's because I know what's going to happen, and I don't have to think about it. I can just enjoy it
enjoy
more.
the game, yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, I've considered it. I always said I don't think I want to play this game again. But because I'm behind on podcasts, and I'm about a month behind on podcasts, yeah. I'm now getting to where people have just started playing it, and people are talking about it. I'm like, oh, the gameplay in this was pretty damn good compared to the first one, and it was like, quite a lot of fun sneaking around.
So
yeah, and I was like, can I go through that like heartache of it again? But like, you're right. Obviously, the story, you already know what's coming now, so you know the plot points, you know the beats of it. So you kind of can just enjoy the actual gameplay. Mm-hmm. So maybe, never say never. Maybe when the PS5 comes out, I might try it again then.
It was looking at me and I was like, I did enjoy you. Okay, let's go back. Just, but because it's still on my dashboard, whatever the thing on the PlayStation. So I just hopped in because it is like 100 gig. It's a big game, and I didn't want to delete it because I'll know I want to play it. So play it again, just have a trundle through it and just enjoy it, and just take more time because when I finished the game, it showed you like at the end you could go through the chapters, and there was chapters where I didn't pick up any collectibles, and there was loads of them, and I completely and utterly missed them, and I was like, how? Because like the way I play games is like I go through everything, I go everywhere, and this I was like, how did I not pick up one thing? And again, it's because I wanted to get to the next story beat. I wanted to know what was going to happen, but this time I know everything that happens, so I'm just going to take my time and just be. I like being in that world. I know it sounds weird, but I like to be there and just absorb it and just let it play and just.
It's because it's quite natural, isn't it? I'm sure you don't like being in the underground fungusy bits.
But like the clickers don't scare me now. The humans scare me more than the clickers. Because the clickers can't see you and they can, they walk, as long as you stay completely still, they can come right up to you and you can just grab them and take them down. Whereas humans search for you and they're mean. And I do not like them. They're horrible. But yeah, I now I know who and what and where things are going to be. I'm happy with that. And then this afternoon, because it is too warm and I didn't want to play it. Oh, I played it this morning and I watched Toy Story, and then Andrew, because Andrew's got this weird thing that he'll come down, have breakfast, disappear for ages. I think he's a teenager. Then he comes down for lunch, disappear again, and then he'll come down to watch Toy Story or whatever Disney film it is that day. There's only like a few in rotation, and then he'll disappear again. He's got a very strange routine. I think it's because he's a teen, but it's very strange. But so we watched Toy Story, and then he went upstairs, and then I put Borderlands on because I wanted to play the DLC, but the DLC came out at the wrong time. Hold on, he is making a lot of noise. So I've been playing I can't remember what it's called because Kevin made me turn it off, but it's the third DLC of Borderlands 3. It's like a Western fusion with like Asian kind of vibes. It's very strange, but it's cool. I've been playing that. There's basically a rock got stolen. I know this sounds weird. A rock got stolen from the main town, and now you have to go and find it. I don't know what this rock does. It's just a massive rock. Yeah, it could be. It's just this massive rock. This woman stole it, and now I have to go and find it. And around this new area, there's these crystals that pop out of the ground. And I was like, what? You couldn't use them for ages. Like, why are these here? What are they? What do they do? And I finally got this hand knuckle thing. And now you can smash them, and they're basically like stationary grenades. So you punch them, they project forward, and then they explode. So basically you use it to get past special walls. Because you know how you got like lockable areas. And I had to wait till I get to a story beat, and now I can open these bits, and now that's what I'm doing. So it's good. I like it. It keeps giving me orange weapons, and I like an orange weapon because they're like rare. So I'm getting a lot. I love it when I get orange ones, because like in the start of the game I was just getting greys, and you're like, yeah, big what? But now I'm like, my whole thing is gold, orange. It's excellent, but I'm just going through that, and it's alright. I don't hate it. I hate the second one. The second one is really hard, but this one I don't mind. So and now I'm playing Undermine. Undermine on the Xbox via Game Pass. It's basically I go into a mind and I mine things, but then when I die, it creates another person, and then they go down, and then they mine. It's like I don't even know what you call them. It's like Rogue Legacy.
Roguelike.
Yeah, is that what it is? Because I never know what that means. But basically, every time you die, you respawn as a new person. You keep most of what you found before, and I'm just collecting gold. At the moment, I'm rubbish at it because I get to like level 3 of the mine, and there's this like rock monster that keeps killing me, and I don't know how to not kill me. But I found a blacksmith, and he has like new stuff, so I might have to save up gold, buy new stuff, because like there's things like wizards. There's a wizard's quarter, and I've not met him yet. There's a potions quarters, I've not met them yet. So I'm just gonna play this because my PlayStation before the show was making an horrendous noise because it is like jet. It is so loud. But yes, I am just playing this and chilling and trying to cool down from the hot weather that we're having right now. The end.
The end.
Splendid. Mr. Pab, what have you been up to?
Okay, so last weekend I tried Grounded that you mentioned last week, Sheepdog.
I was going to say, actually, when it got around to me, that I had another go on it after I got up on Saturday. And first of all, Holly was playing it, but then I started playing it, and we ended up playing it for quite a while, actually. How far did you get to the end of the...
pretty much, yeah. I played it on stream for about an hour on my own, and I was like, I don't think this game is for me. I'm not getting this game. I like the idea of it. I like the world. I like everything about it. I was like, I just cannot deal with survival games, I don't think. I cannot be dealing with your water and your hunger, and this the spiders just were annoying and griefing me all the time. I couldn't get to where I wanted to be because I was getting griefed by these spiders, just kept attacking me. I was like, you know what, let's not do this. But later on, I played with a few other people. And I tell you what, that game, I feel like that game benefits from being played with a group of people. It really does. It's, like you say, you're performing tasks in groups, so you're getting work done quicker. Like I say, we built a house and stuff like that, which I didn't do any of that when I was playing on my own.
I tried building scaffolding and then was like, I can't, no.
Yeah, we built some like leaf walls and bit like a door and what have you, and so we just cooked, so we could actually, and built a camp up and what have you, and so you can cook some food and stuff. And then we went and did the actual quest thing where you have to do the laser thing, don't you? And then the laser triggers something behind the tree, and you go behind the tree, and there's like a little tunnel that goes underneath the tree, and then pretty much that's the end of the mission. Is you get to this little like underground base. This tiny underground base that's there, and you're like, okay, and he goes, that's it, that's all we got right now. Come back soon. And you're like, what?
I tried to get more mileage out of it, like so basically when I got on it the next day, my save was gone. I had to start again.
Really?
So it's a bit frustrating. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's something I did, probably, or something the game did, so I'm not going to criticise them for it. I don't know what happened anyway. So we redid it. So when I got back to the robot, and then when it said, right, that's everything, I just started attacking it, see what happened. Nothing happened. But it has health, so I'm wondering whether you can kill it or it will get killed later on. But I hit it until its health went, and then it just sat there doing nothing. The spiders scared the heck out of me when they appeared. They crept. I was walking along and they just appeared out of nowhere. I jumped a mile because it was all like scared. They made like scary noises and stuff. Just made me jump. I'm not really fussed by spiders at all. My son's quite scared of them, so he asked me if we can get rid of them. And it turns out there's that clever arachnophobia setting.
Yeah, there is an arachnophobia setting. Yeah,
I thought that was quite cool. This game has suffered from the fact that Fall Guys has hit. It's gone viral so well because this game had gone a little bit viral with videos about how you got rid of the spiders, and people have been raving about it on social media, but Fall Guys has really stolen people's hearts and minds, and everyone's excited about it because it looks really fun. But I can see I feel like I need to see a bigger roadmap for this game. Like, is their intent that you'll go beyond the garden and you'll be you'll be a full-on crowd of people that are harvesting grass and building towns and villages as little people, or what? I think you can only have
4 people. Sorry? I think it's only 4 people multiplayer. or people co-op.
Well, what's their intent? Is it going to grow beyond that? Like, is there going to be?
Probably not.
I don't necessarily mean are they going to make it an MMO, like, or massive? That's probably the wrong phrase, but massively multiplayer. I just mean, are they planning on having like other enemies, and are these robot things aliens, or are they?
There'll be more content for it. I mean, that is just like getting it. This is pretty, like I say, it's game preview or early access, whatever you want to say it is. It
just feels like the story. They can't really do much more than what happened in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, surely.
Well, there's an underground base, Sheepdog. There's an underground base that's like very futuristic. You're like, where's that come from? There's a whole world
saying,
you
if
can
it's
go
aliens
to
or something,
with that
that'd
stuff.
be interesting.
Oh yeah, there's something there. There's definitely stuff there. I just don't know. I just can't be doing with like, if I could just turn the hunger meters off and they need a drink every 20 minutes or whatever it is, and you got to go find droplets of water from the trees. You can't just drink from the puddles because then you get sick. Like,
I'm drinking from the puddles, and the sickness isn't bothering my character. It's just making the screen go a bit yellow for like 10 seconds. So I think the consequences of drinking puddles haven't been turned on yet.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It does deter you from doing that, doesn't it? It says like you want to drink from the droplets of water from
my character just kind of goes. Ugh. Maybe it makes her hungrier because she's always hungry. Just eat mushrooms then. She's just drinking puddles and eating mushrooms at the moment. So she's probably absolutely hallucinating. You probably turn out she's not even little. She's just eaten so many mushrooms and drank so many puddles. She thinks she's little. I haven't built a hammer to smash through all the quartz that's everywhere, and I'm wondering whether that leads to some stuff to do underground that I've not seen, because that's something that I just didn't need a hammer. I've not needed one, so once I had the weapons and the axe, everything else just seemed fine. But I do keep meaning to go and explore, and because when you go and kill the mites underground to get the laser working, there's a whole tunnel blocked off by a stone in there, and I'm thinking that must lead somewhere, surely. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know.
Yeah, there'll be more to come, Sheepdog. I just, if and when and whether it's enough to get me to go back, I don't know. Cause I don't think I play it again.
There might be a roadmap out there. I've not looked, but I'd like to have seen something on the game that said, that's it right now, but this is it. This is our big long plan of what we're doing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like I say, I don't know if I'll go back to it now. Realistically, I've seen it, I've got it. I was like, unless there's something amazing that I'll see in the next update.
Yeah, I feel like they need to do a bigger update. If you can play it for a few hours, do a few streams on it, then it makes a bit more sense. But if it's literally play it for another couple of hours, or I don't even know how long I particularly did. I can't really think how long that would have been. An hour and a half at most.
Yeah, something like that, Sheepdog. I'd say it's probably about an hour or two, but max to get that, to get to where you need to be to finish the content there. And I don't know if there's like, I don't know. I've seen there's a lot of things going on, like where the actual people playing this game are going, crazy and building all sorts of wacky stuff and crazy builds and what have you with the construction and stuff. So I mean, there are people playing it, and are people taking advantage of. We're not playing the quest; we're just surviving in this world, sort of thing. I don't know, but that's not really for me. That bit's not for me. I mean, I'm here for the story stuff.
Yeah. I mentioned before the show that I've been checking my bank account because my son mysteriously started playing a big multiplayer Minecrafty job earlier, and I don't know, but I know that Xbox have got a thing on this weekend where they're allowing multiplayer for free, and they've got a load of games out that you can have a go on and stuff like that. I saw it mentioned. I don't know whether Minecraft is in that somehow, but I come in and he was just playing, I think it's Realms, with a load of other people. There was like 25,000 people logged in on this server, and they're all doing different things in different places. You could pick portals to jump through. And I didn't know that Minecraft basically has this whole the equivalent of Roblox game side to it. I thought all of that stuff was, we'd have to set it up ourselves between us, go on like Kev's server and have a game or whatever. Whereas this just seems to be he's running around with a bunch of strangers, just having a laugh, playing games that people have made. And I imagine that's old news to literally everyone else, but I'm basically a granddad at this point, and so I didn't know that. But yeah, it absolutely absorbed his day. I had a little go of it with him. It looks very cool. I keep checking my bank account to make sure that I haven't got like a cheeky tenner gone out somewhere.
You should get an email with Xbox.
Yeah, I haven't had an email, so I think I'm fine. When I first saw it, I was more panicky, but as I saw how much he was enjoying it, I just thought, as long as this isn't like massively, if this is a tenner, I'm not gonna cry about it. But if it turns out he's bought a friggin' £50 game, I might be a little bit upset. It's locked, so I'm certain he hasn't, because you have to put in a code. It asks for my password. I mean, there's so many steps, but I don't know where it came from. He just logged into Minecraft as he normally does, and then he thought, oh, this button's not normally here. Or I don't even know if it wasn't normally there or what. If it's not normally there, then that suggests it's a special offer. But I mean, I could have just Googled this rather than talking about it on my podcast, but I'll Google that while one of you talk.
You're a monster. Has anyone got anything else that they've played?
I can say I've been pushing more on Ghost of Tsushima. I've kind of cooled on it a little bit this week, just simply because I've played a lot of Fall Guys. Otherwise, I would have been playing Tsushima. I got all of I completed all the farmsteads that I was trying to get last week.
Yeah.
I got some armor which is kind of like bright orange, but it's very cool.
Fair enough.
It's very cool. It's like a full-on samurai armor set. I learned last weekend. Was it last weekend? I learned it. Maybe there's somewhere I read that the more you don't play as a samurai, the more the weather gets worse.
Yes.
If you play like a sneaky assassin ninja fella, like I do, and I hide in the grass and I kill them while they're all not looking.
Yeah.
I was like, wondering why it's raining all the time. I wonder why it's thunderstorms, maybe, because apparently you should play. Yeah, it's not honourable to play as a samurai who's. And I was like, what? But I don't want to just run. I don't want to just run into a camp with 50 people in there and going, fight me, come on. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna take a few out before that goes down when everybody balls it up.
Because if you get swamped, you're dead. You know what I mean? You're down instantly, because it's quite hard. Like, you've got to plan your attack. But yeah, apparently that's what happens. I was like, yeah, fair enough. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a very good game. And
you know, when you see random dead citizens around,
yes.
do you bow to them?
I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, if you go up, like, say, I don't know, there's someone near a village that's just someone that's been killed. If you go up to them and bow to them, he says like a little prayer to them.
Do you bow yourself on the okay, so it's not like a prompt.
No. If you swipe down on the touchpad, he bows and says a little thing.
Yeah,
to them.
yeah. I'm doing that all the time when I'm catching the button or something. When I'm trying to get the when I'm trying to get the window or whatever, or I'm trying to do something stealthily, and I'm just suddenly like, just sit down. What are you bowing for in the middle of this camp? I'm hiding here. Just sit down. Yeah, I'm doing that quite a lot. Yeah, I had a glance at the trophies and I was like, oh god, I said I was going to try and platinum this. This seems like a lot. I don't know. I've not looked at any of the hidden ones yet because I don't want any spoilers or anything like that. I'll probably wait till I've finished the game and then see where we're at, sort of thing, as to whether this can be done. Because I imagine at some point the game's just going to spit you back out into that world. It's too big of an open world for you to finish the game and go, they'll do it all again. I imagine it's just going to spit you out into and go finish your quest, sort of thing. Maybe, but we shall see. We shall see. Is there anything else that I've played? No, nothing that's coming to mind. Nothing of anything. Oh, Animal Crossing I played again, but you know what I'm doing with Animal Crossing. I have major changes going on in Animal Crossing right now. Major changes going on in Animal Crossing. Completely overhauling the entire island. If you want to see what's going on, just pop into one of my Twitch streams where I might be playing Animal Crossing, I might
I
not
can't,
be.
Pab. I have no idea how to find you on Twitch.
It's twitch.tv/pab1986. And
Let me hold on. I didn't have a pen. I need to write that down.
yeah,
Say that again.
twitch.tv/pab1986.
Gotcha.
We were playing Animal Crossing. I'm aiming to do Animal Crossing at least once a week now. Probably Friday. I'm aiming for Friday. I played it Friday this week and last week. So Fridays might be the de facto Animal Crossing stream because I just cannot muster the strength and provide quality streams on Animal Crossing all day every day anymore. It's just not happening. So yeah, if you want to see what's going on, pop in on a Friday.
Excellent. I've played some Football Manager. Believe it or not.
Have you?
I have.
Really?
Just a little.
Between Fall Guys outages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've squeezed in a little bit of Football Manager here and there, but other than that, nothing particularly exciting for me. I'm playing Total Extreme Wrestling right now, giving Total Extreme Wrestling 2020 another try. It frustrated me when it first came out, mainly because the mods weren't ready, but it looks like the mods are ready now. So, Anna, brace yourself. I might need to sit in my pants with a spreadsheet planning wrestling storylines.
Not until you've moved boxes, you're not.
We'll see.
We will see, because if them boxes aren't done, you're not going to be sitting in any boxes.
Do as you're told, Kevin.
And on that note, I think we'll probably wrap this week's podcast up. If you want to follow us on the social media stuff, you can do that on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me everywhere at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K or Sheepdog6K if you want to consider everywhere.
Oh, sorry. I'm at Mr. Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab1986 on Twitter and Twitch.
Splendid. Andy's come to join. Andy, what's your Twitter?
He doesn't have a Twitter.
He needs a Twitter. You should get him an Instagram. He'd love that.
Yeah, if you say hello here... No, you don't have to whisper.
Podcast star.
Say hello. No,
There
say
we go.
hello.
Hello.
There you go.
Good boy.
Be on Whisper Church, yeah.
Okay, see you soon.
See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.
You are a good boy.